never giving up. So the enemies, I'm taking them apart. I'm a young boss, got me feeling like a rock. They can never match it, they can never stop. Cause I've been really giving everything that I got. Cause I've been working on a plan, on a block. Over with the killers and we coming to the top. We're blowing up your city and you might get dropped. Cause we are never quit and we are never giving up. So the enemies, I'm taking them apart. I'm a young boss, got me feeling like a rock. They can never match it, they can never stop. Cause I've been really giving everything that I got. Cause I've been working on a plan, on a block. Over with the killers and we coming to the top. We're blowing up your city and you might get dropped. Yeah, I'm the hunter, you're the prey. You'll bet that I never run away. Cause I'm the one that fights through the pain. I'm the new leader, it's time for a change.
By the way, I got
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's TEKNOBLAST with SIKSLAYER here. The realist may or may not come in, so we'll see if he's on standby. He may be busy with his kids right now because he usually is. He's running around doing something with the kids.
being an awesome dad of the
He's
year.
gotta be a dad
He's
first.
got to compete with you. He's got to compete with you, man.
I know he's got to be a dad first. I totally understand. Man, that's a lot of things going on this week, man. We got Stalker coming out, so everybody's getting hyped up over that. Xbox or Phil Spencer had an interview, and he's talking about not the roadmap, but kind of where things are standing right now with the industry as a whole. And he gave a sort of confirmation about a possible handheld that's going on. Our boy Keeley is looking for some help with the Game Awards. I don't know if you saw something about that. So he's the comments that I see in this article in one of the articles is funny because everybody there's only a few. There's like 5 of them when I last saw it. Are pretty much saying, "Hell no, I'm not going to support you." You know, it's because of Keeley, dude. Keeley sucks and the show sucks. So it's like.
Absolutely.
Nobody likes the guy, and the only ones that don't know is just like the general public.
Joe Average, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
Joe Average doesn't know, right? They just see an award show like, oh my god, it's an award show. I want to be part of it. Yay!
Yep. And of course, this is what they do. They do all that on purpose, right? Like the Joe Average doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah.
And so they believe all the lies and all the biases when it comes to what they present and don't present. Hook, line, and sinker. Right. So like Joe Average will never know. And then they're so indoctrinated. So once you start telling the truth about, or I guess inform them on certain details, right?
Yeah.
Like they have this automatic urge to defend on what they think they know. Because that's all they've ever known.
Yep.
And so it can never really happen the way it should.
Man, we got realist now. He stepped on in. Yeah. He like kicked down the door and said, "Poof, I'm here, boys. What's up?
What up, homie?
What it do, man?
What it do?
Man, I forgot. Look. My daughter asked me to come watch her basketball game.
We were just saying that, dude. It's like, I bet he's with the kids, man. It's like, he needs to be a dad first.
He's being a good dad. He's being a good dad. That's what we were saying.
I forgot today was Thursday.
It's all right.
So it's a good thing I called you, huh?
I didn't even have my phone because otherwise I would have answered. I left it because I ran out. Like,
okay.
Traffic around here is horrible. So anyway, I get my phone and I look on Twitter and I see tonight. I said, "Oh shoot!" the podcast message you sent out.
Yeah.
Letting everybody know to tune in. I said, "Oh shit, today is Thursday."
Like, oh snap.
Yeah. I said, "It's okay. I'll be back by 7."
And you are just barely.
Kind of. I mean, I got here at 7, but that's the show.
We just started.
Nah, this is we just started. We'd only been off like 2.5 minutes when you hopped in, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
No,
we're just
good.
barely
Perfect
in
time.
like in the introduction part of things, or
Yeah.
what we're going
We
to talk
didn't even-
about. All the
Yeah,
bullshit
we haven't
that
talked any
happens,
details
so.
or anything yet. Not at all. So perfect timing. So
Yeah.
yeah, realistically here. So we're gonna ask you first, then, since you're just in like that. What you been playing this week, homie?
Yeah, we've been playing, homie.
Call of Duty and Death Stranding, and Veilguard.
How's
Belgar,
Belgar?
nice.
So far I like it. I mean, I've heard all of the complaints, and I've seen some of the poor dialogue.
Is it that poor? Like
It's
we
poor.
were in a thread that had that music on it, that hip hop music, and you're like, is that real? Because I couldn't tell. Like, was that part of the game,
Right.
or what?
No, that was something he added.
Okay. But then
sometimes
I've also seen dialogue where like, hey, the binary thing or whatever. I'm like, dude, that's gotta be fake.
No, it's not.
Oh my god. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, and the whole bar thing, and yeah. So that's when it gets bad, when they're trying to teach you about that stuff.
Yeah.
That's what we don't need in gaming. You know what I mean? We don't need these companies trying to lecture us and indoctrinate us with this thing. It's not gonna make anybody who doesn't like it start liking it, or it's not gonna awaken it. It's not gonna wake anybody up.
Right.
But yeah, that when that stuff comes, then it's like, oh my god, this is so corny. This is so stupid. There's this guy, I don't know his name. He's just like an Asian guy, and he writes books, and he's got a huge following overnight because he's basically another Sweet Baby Inc. antagonist, for lack of a better term, and he basically dissects their writing as a writer.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name. He looks like he's like a Filipino or something. But he shows the dialogue, and then he shows how they should have written the dialogue. He's got a book, and one of the characters is gay, and it's like, you just know the dude's gay. You know what I mean?
You don't.
Like,
there's no need to announce it, right?
It's no. It's not a teach. It's not a teachable moment.
Right.
It's like this guy's gay. And he has a boyfriend.
Right.
Because he kissed him. Okay. Cool.
That's how you know.
Right. It's like in Final Fantasy 16. You'll get to see, right? His name is Dale. That's how you do gay, bro.
Yeah.
Like, everybody loves Dale. Like, and everybody knows
it's not a big thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I heard one dude say, man, the thing I hate that they made Bahamut gay, right? But it was still cool, right? That's how you do it.
And that's because they don't try to make it a thing, right? They don't try to make it the focal point of that. Right?
It's no different. Now, the one problem I do have is that they show affection, right? But no straight people show affection. You know what I mean? No. You know what? Yes, they do. Okay. Barnabas and the green lady, they do lay in the bed together.
The green lady.
So yeah.
But you know what? Though, what you notice?
Garuda, the one who has Garuda. What do you say?
Yeah, but what you noticed that even though it ended up not being accurate, when you realize, there is another couple who's not gay, that they do show affection. But see, this is the thing. This is the way it goes, right? Anytime a character or whatever is forced into something, even if it's not on no malice tip, right? Like they look at all the characters and they say, we need to have a gay character, just to balance things out, right? And they make one of the characters gay in terms of writing, right? Like they switch it up. A character who wasn't originally a gay character to make the character gay now, right? Because they had to switch it up, you start to notice other details, right? Because it wasn't naturally a part of the character. It was something that was shoehorned in after the fact. And I'm not even presenting it as if they did it as a nigga. Let's just say, hey, like a game has a lot of male characters in it and there's no female characters, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I got a phone call. Be right back.
So the dialogue, like what people are pointing out, that's bad. Now, Is it just a one optional mission, or is it
I'll be
part
back.
of the overall game?
Well, I haven't beaten it. I'm
Yeah.
only a little bit into it, but um, so far it just seems like it's one mission. I don't know if choices matter. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to take the story in.
Yeah.
But like when they do the when they do introduce when a character makes it known that that's their persuasion,
Yeah.
they take it as a teachable moment, and it's horrible. That's horrible writing. I hope that if that's Sweet Baby Inc., they should never get a job again. And whoever helped them write it should never get a job again. Because like, just let the people be gay. You know what I mean? Just like the people are straight, they don't announce it.
They don't walk
You
in
know what I
like,
mean?
everybody, I
It's
like
like
women. Yeah.
or let's say a gay man likes a straight man. He's like, I'm straight. When a man is straight, he only enjoys the company of a woman and the touch of a woman. Right? He only has emotional bonds with women and not men. We know that gay people like the same sex.
Yeah.
Non-binary is when you don't like. So what, man? You know what I mean? But come to find out, I heard it somewhere. One of the people, the person who was over that, was identifying as non-binary. That's the only problem that I have with it is those
The
want to be
situations.
teachable
Yeah.
moments.
Yeah.
But Death Stranding is still as I thought it was. Uh, I haven't made it to. I've gone farther than I've ever gone before.
There you go.
Star Trek.
It's just gonna get
But
better
like,
now.
we'll see. We'll see. I'm hoping to see some of my friends lay ladders down, all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, but but I've gone into the looking for groups, right, and read some of their comments. You even got some ponies in there.
Oh wow.
Yeah, on the looking for groups. They're it's not a multiplayer game, so they're like, and some people are like, "Thank you, Xbox Kojima, yay!" And then there's one guy. He's like, "The game is not on PlayStation because of anything that Sony did. Kojima bought the IP back. That's why it's on PlayStation." Like, dude,
See,
it's
nobody.
so sad. It's
Yeah.
so sad to look, man. I've always loved the console. I've been playing consoles since I was 10. But I'm kind of it's like the derangement of people and their attachments. It's almost like, man, I'm with Xbox and Microsoft now, man. Kill the console war.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because these people are so bass backwards. But anyway, yeah. So Death Stranding is just like I thought it was so far. I just dropped my mom off, and then that was crazy. You remember that, right?
Try to remember here.
Yeah, man. Your mama dies, and you gotta pack her to the incinerator. She was one
Oh
of the first
yes. I remember that.
one of the
Yeah.
first packages.
Yeah, the incinerator was a big deal. Yeah.
And then yeah, so I've done that. And I'm starting to, okay. So the reason why I brought up the LFG because I saw one dude said that I'm making a zip line network. But he said that so far, which means he's been no life in the game. He said so far he can zip line from what's the main base called? Whatever the main base is called,
Mm-hmm.
to right before the West Coast. I was like, man, how much time did that take for him to build a zip line network?
Telling you, man. People
I
some
didn't
time in that. Yeah.
I didn't know you could do that.
I don't remember no zip line. Maybe I didn't put all the hours like I was supposed to get the zip line or create the zip line. You guys
Huh?
there? What happened?
No, don't come in here bother me.
Oh. Yeah, my camera's like. I think it's just me. I don't know. Yeah, I don't remember much of it. I mean, I remember the badass cutscenes. I did like that, but the zip line, I don't remember anything about a zip line. I kept climbing the whole time.
That guy said it. So I'm gonna see. I know that there's this one place that says you can build build stuff or upgrade things. So I'm like, let's see.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try to
I think you have to go
because
to
I've
a
heard it
base. You have to upgrade your stuff to make it better.
because you hear so many people complain about it. So then I start to look for the people who like it.
Yeah.
And the people who like it love it. The people who like it call it a masterpiece.
I don't
So,
know about that.
well, I mean, the people that I've spoken with, like back in spaces,
Yeah.
people that I see on, or PlayStation just told me that I can get Lego Horizon. Did you hear the chime on my phone? Anyway,
Yeah.
so
Yeah. I heard it.
no, so like yeah, those people they say it's a masterpiece, man, and we've been missing out. So I got to see what the game really has to offer. But it put me to sleep yesterday after I'd only been up for 4 hours.
Oh my gosh.
Uh, yeah, legal called me, and I'm like, dude, he was like, you sleep, man? I was like, yeah.
Right.
I said,
Right.
he was like, I said, man. He started talking. I said, man, you want to know what put me to sleep? He was like, what? I said, Death Stranding. Look, he bought it too. But anyway, yeah. So those are the games I've been playing outside of my normal super mega baseball franchise.
Yeah.
So when I finish those, I need to go back to Persona 3, and at some point I gotta do Baldur's Gate, bro.
I never played.
Did you
that.
buy the Baldur's Gate?
No, I didn't buy that one.
Did you pick Final Fantasy 16 back up?
Yeah. I've been playing it pretty much all week. I've been playing it, the Final Fantasy. Really good. I like
So
it.
how far have you gotten?
I met it's the guy named no, it's not Sid, is it? The guy that's like
It
electricity.
is Sid.
I'm Sid, right? I forgot. I'm so
Sid.
bad. I'm so bad with names.
Sid is the guy. So how far are you? Did you just meet him?
Yeah, I met him and we had some battles with some with this lady that she's just like totally kicks ass with these two demon things that she left behind.
That's the green lady. That's the Garuda.
Okay. And then
I forgot what's her name? I forgot her name.
Dude, I'm like terrible with staying with names and stuff like that. But that's how far as I've gotten where they're looking for some dominant. The lady's looking for some dominant, and I'm at the point where the
she's looking for the fire dominant.
The fire dominant, yes. And then the soldiers found them, but I haven't seen that scene yet where they actually found the fire dominant. But because she was busy battling me and my partner, the guy that's electricity type guy, he's another dominant. Yep. And I got my little dog with me. So.
Benedicta.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Benedicta, dude, she hot.
Benedictor.
That's right, Benedicta. That's right. Yeah, that's
Benedictor.
Right.
So Benedicta used to be Sid's girlfriend. She was enslaved. He saved her, and her dominant was awakened, and her dominant is Garuda.
Mm.
That's why I was calling the Green Lady. Man, I want to play that game again.
So,
I love that game so much, man. That game, bro. It kind of seems like Cyberpunk was that for you. Like, I haven't had so much fun and been so entertained by a game and story in so long, man.
Yeah.
And dude, I literally watched you play that game, right?
Oh, when I was streaming it
for the hour and a half that you put up there.
Yeah.
That ain't shit, but the demo.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I played the demo on PlayStation. I played the demo on Steam. I played the demo on Epic, and I watched you play the demo. That's how much I love that game. And I don't play games that big 2 times. I did play Ghosts twice though.
When I was, I think it was after I streamed it. I picked it up again like the next day or so. Right. I started playing some more, and then finally it gets to the. I do something and finally it pans up to the sky, right? And you finally, I totally forgot that I even get this yet. If only it pans up to the sky, music comes on, and finally it says Final Fantasy 16. I'm like, holy cow! I'm like 2 hours in. I'm just getting the title.
Yeah, that's because that's the demo. That's like the intro,
Yeah.
bro. That everything is so epic, bro. That story in the beginning, bro. Because like I'm not a Final Fantasy dude, but if you are a Final Fantasy guy,
Yeah.
there is no intrigue. You already know what's going on.
Yeah.
You know the names of the dominants because the dominants are in other Final Fantasy games. Because I've been playing Final Fantasy 8.
And we're back. Still talking about Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That game really got to your heart this year. I gotta say, that's the game I think of all the games you really love this year.
That's what I just said. Like it's
Really?
been a while since pretty much in different words. Like that it's been a while since a game like captured me like that. Like I love playing games, I love gaming. Obviously, I do this show Thursday, and sometimes we have like 2 or 3 people listening live, and we still show up. We love gaming, we love talking about gaming.
Yeah.
But that game, like it's been a while since a game, I guess, encapsulated me.
Yeah. It got
But
you like
yeah.
that, huh?
Oh, hey,
But yeah,
Realist, I got that same notification on my phone just now.
I wish I would buy that crap.
What notification?
For Lego Horizon
Oh,
on the PlayStation app.
oh, did both of you guys say what you guys were playing, or was it just Realist this whole time?
I think I was
playing.
Well, we kind of went back and forth.
Oh, okay.
He started talking about the Final Fantasy, and he's like, "Are you still playing this?" Like, "Oh yeah, I've been playing it all week." So yeah, so I've been playing.
And I accept no Final Fantasy 16 slander. Like I've been defending it on Twitter because, like, the ponies hate Square now since they
Right.
What is it? They renounced their exclusivity with them, right?
Yeah.
It's because 16 was trash. I was like, shut up! You didn't even play the game.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's good. Do you have it, Sick?
No, I don't have 16. I don't have 16.
No. So far, I'm 3 hours in or
15.
so. I kind of checked a walkthrough to see how far I'm in, and it's good, man.
You're nowhere.
No, I'm nowhere.
You're in the second act.
Heck, man, I'm barely just getting to the point where I can buy new gear from the blacksmith and whoever else is there selling stuff for me.
And you said you're Sid. Wow. You're not Sid. You are Clive.
Clive. There you go. Yes, I'm Clive, and I met Sid. That's what I was trying to say. I'm telling you, man, I'm just terrible with the names. And I'm with my dog. And then we got Benedicta, the hot one, just like bringing her 2 demon friends and battling. So.
Oh, you got a dog and everything, huh?
Yeah, a dog too, man.
I thought you've been
that dog is funny because you get into a battle and it automatically like fires off his ability, and he just spins around like a ball, like Sonic. He spins around like Sonic and hits and attacks the enemy. Right?
That's crazy.
But no, it's a good game. It's fun. I got nothing to complain about. It was just knowing how long the game is. That's why I put off about starting it. I was like, you know what? I need to start this game. And no matter how long the game is,
Speaking of long games, I've been playing Starfield again. With the DLC. I've been back in that. In fact, I've been in that DLC. I've been playing it the past couple nights. In fact, I'm sure like an hour after we're done, I'll be up on that. I've been playing, on the DLC. What do you call that? Shattered Space. Yeah. Right. Yeah. And you're on the Varun homeworld and stuff is going on. The fact that I'm even over there, I'm not even going to get into how that happened. In fact, that's a bit of a spoiler already. I shouldn't have said that, I guess. But basically, been playing that, having a great time with that. Meanwhile, just been that and Octopath Traveler, although I haven't played that in like 2 days. But I've been playing like Rage of the Dragons that just came out to Steam today or late last night. The Neo Geo game. I was in the beta test for it, so. Bought the game. It was on sale on Steam for like $18 instead of like the $20 it will be.
Yeah.
So usually when they first release a game, they'll have it off for like 5% off or whatever, like sale price. And so I picked it up then. I already liked the online, like the beta. Oh, and it's funny. That was a late stage Neo Geo game, like one of the last like 3 to 5 games that came out to that platform before they finally stopped making games for it. And it's funny when you think about the emulation community, right? there's a big segment in gaming as a whole is Brazilian, and the Brazilians are really not represented that much nowadays. That's starting to change, right? And if you remember Bleem, the emulator, the PlayStation 1 emulator, apparently they bought that name and they use it as like a publishing name, and the actual developer is all Brazilian, because the game was actually made in Brazil by Brazilian developers on Neo Geo originally in the first place.
Yeah.
So that's a good fighting game, so shout out to Brazilian video game community out there. You guys have been a part for a long time, never getting your recognition, but
Yeah.
at least this gamer is noticing. Other than that, on Steam, I got a couple of other games like Rogue Flight. That's like Afterburner meets
Mhm.
I don't know what to call it, but like it has like a little bit of like a drift mechanic and like a more modern Afterburner
Yeah.
type vibe. That's also like $20. It just came to Steam, and actually it's on all platforms. It's on Steam, Xbox, Switch, PlayStation. So $20. That's a great game. In fact, they just did a little update today. That's about it. That I've been messing with my VR headset. I just been playing a lot of games lately. After I finish what's his name, Starfield, what's the name of the DLC, Shattered Space. I plan to go back to Space Marine because I only played like the first like 2 levels of Space Marine, and I never really got back to it. Got other real life shit happening, and then just when I was about to start playing it, Starfield came out to DLC, so I've been playing that. So I know you just recently beat the game, where you're close to the end.
Space Marines? Me? Yeah, I'm done with it. Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Space Marines was about everything I told you it was going to be.
No, it's good, man. It's fun.
It's a really, really good game, man. And yeah, so I can't wait to get back.
I've done the online missions where you co-op with people. Dude, those missions can take a while if you haven't played one.
Yeah.
Those things take a while. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that's why they have the co-op in there, makes it all the better. I'm saying they have patches that they've been releasing all along.
Yeah.
Rebalancing the weapons, making things a little easier too. Like the weapons are stronger. If you notice, they had more ammo in the clip.
Yeah.
Like they went from 20 rounds to 24 or 25 a clip, stuff like that. Certain weapons are more powerful. Certain enemies are kind of weaker. They take less hits. It was a little difficult, more difficult at launch. They've had some patches and stuff to balance that out. But yeah.
I don't play P versus P just because I'm terrible at third person shooters like that. Even with Gears of War, I could never play it right like I can with the first person shooter.
Got you.
And so
got you.
But playing horde mode, I'll play horde mode all day with Gears, right? Give me that with Space Marines, just like that
yes
co-op version.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll play that. I'll do that. It's fun.
Yes, especially because they got the perfect aliens for it. It's like the flood. What do you call that? The Tyranids.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So yeah, definitely that. But yeah, man, that's what I've been playing lately.
Courage and honor.
Yeah, courage and honor. Right. Oh my God, bro. The Emperor protects.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And then what was his name? It was not a general. It was some total badass dude. He just
Kaldar or something.
Yeah, that guy, Lord Kardar or whatever his name is. He comes up, he just jumps in. He's like just kicking ass, dude. This one scene that he jumped in, I'm like, dude, that dude is just a total badass.
Bro, as well as the game is doing in popularity and sales and all that, and reviews and all of that, like it's still I don't think it's getting its actual due.
No.
I still think
no.
Like it's doing well. It's doing very well, but in terms of like its due, in terms of like people respecting it for what it is and giving it its props, I don't really think it's getting all the props it truly deserves. Nobody's complaining about it.
There's a black dude in it, man. Come on.
Yeah, man.
In what?
In Space Marines. He's no Coltrane, but he's a black dude in there, brother.
Yeah, man. He has a robot arm and everything.
Oh yeah, he does have a robot arm.
Half his arm, right?
Yeah.
But his forearm is mechanical. So I mean, he's one of the 2 homies that you got in co-op mode, right? The game is co-op on all platforms, right? It's why I bought it on PC, right? Because it just So, but speaking of which, Realist, little sidebar here. like I don't want to talk about it for too long, but we've been talking about for a while now. We see the RG Ally, and then we have the Ally X, right? And the one complaint you could say that the Ally X doesn't have is an OLED screen, but we understand, right? And in fact, Asus has even mentioned, right? Like they don't really have any screens that have that right now, and if we had to commission one, it would cost a lot of money.
Yeah, that was
Blah.
the thing that I heard those guys say, that it
Right.
was the cost.
Right, and even Asus themselves said the same thing, basically, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying. You ever watch the Ally channel?
Yes,
Those guys who work for Asus. That's
yes.
That's where I got it from. They said that they were
Right.
the cost was the concern.
Right, exactly, and that's exactly what I'm quoting. So, I saw the same thing. I got that from the same place as you, but I forget who it is. Is it One X Player? I think it is, or is it Neo who just announced one? That's 144 hertz and is OLED. And I think it's the same chip. It's still that Z1 Extreme. Oh no, it's not the Z1 Extreme. It's that new Asus. It's that new AMD chip, the Strix Halo or whatever. It's like maybe 20% faster than what's in the in the Ally and the Ally X, right? But like overall, that screen, right, is the main point of concern, right?
Yeah.
And we would like to see that in the next ROG Ally. I didn't get the Ally X, right? And because I felt I'm comfortable enough with what I have with the Ally now, but I look at it all the time, like it's black, you're a little bit faster, it tweaked a couple of things where it makes me look at it real hard. But if it had OLED, I would have had a Ally X day one. But the reason I bring this all up is that you see this handheld now, and it's like, holy crap. So man, it just has my hands, like Birdman hands. I'm salivating. I'm like, ooh, man, I can't wait for the next Ally, bro, with an OLED screen. Yeah. And speaking of which, this is the transition, really, actually. I just want to make that comment in the transition, I guess, into one of the topics we want to talk about. Phil Spencer and a lot of the things he had to say. So I just want about the handheld part, right? So he basically confirmed the handheld is in development, but a lot of people had thought, maybe the handheld is going to get announced really soon. And I never really agreed with that, except I had no other, evidence to say other than my gut, so I never really said anything about it.
Yeah.
Right. But I come to find out that it's not coming out next year, but they all
because nobody has any concrete evidence or anything from anybody, right?
Right.
Which we always try to go off. It's like, dude, I want to hear from the company. I don't care about Joe Schmo insider that thinks he knows somebody that may know somebody inside that, hey, there may be something. Like, no, I want to hear it from Phil Spencer himself.
Oh, the handheld itself even existed.
Yeah.
We didn't even, that was a rumor in and of itself.
Yeah.
Like, this might be like the first or second time it's actually even been confirmed that it actually does exist, right?
Yeah.
But it just goes to show a lot of people were thinking, oh, it might come out next year. This is just all assumptions, no proof.
Well, they want to, if anything, they want to see what's out there now and kind of refine what's like, all right, we got to get this right.
Yes.
Right? Because
absolutely,
because there's no forgiving Microsoft for anything ever. They do something wrong, then that's it. They're tainted for life, right?
Yep.
And so if anything, they're probably like, okay, what do the competitions have? And let's just make it better, right? And make it affordable, kind of like what they did with the Surface stuff, right?
Yeah.
The third-party vendors were completely nervous about, like, oh my god, they're gonna shut us out. They got Windows and then the hardware, the Surface hardware. What about us? Dude, nothing ever happened to the other vendors.
Nothing ever happened. All it did was it showed the vendors what to do.
Yes.
What direction to go. That was the purpose of it, which I've always said. And if Microsoft, now we know for a fact now, like this is the first time we actually got, actual confirmation that exists. We got some allusions to it before, like they referred to it or would actually confirm that existed. This is the first real confirmation, I believe, right? And so, and even they said, it's not going to be for a while, but that made sense to me. But I never had any evidence to push against it when everybody thought it might be coming out in about a year or so, right? Yeah. And so, no, it's not. This is something they're working on, right? And if they weren't, probably when the rumor first began, it was probably when they first were starting on it, right?
Well, they keep bugging about it. That's probably why.
Because it's not so much about the hardware per se, right? Not that the hardware isn't a concern, right? It's more about the software, right? Like, is it going to be Windows or is it going to be like, a variant of the Xbox operating system, which is based on Windows, but but it's more compatible with Windows apps, maybe
ARM
add
version or
Steam,
something.
or it could be an ARM chip, right? And they do the translation, right?
Yeah.
Prism gets added, the support for AVX 2 or 3 extensions or whatever.
Yeah.
So it could do more up to date processor stuff that's on Intel and AMD chips and translate those. So it could be an ARM device. Who really knows? That would be great for battery life, as we.
Well, I mean, it's because they do have those Windows tablets that have the
Snapdragon chip, right?
Yeah, the S version or something. That's kind of like a dumbed down Windows or something, right? That.
But it's not even a dumbed down Windows anymore. No, that they don't even do that now. The ARM, like the new is the Surface? Yeah, the Surface. Because my cousin just got it, right? And it's got that Snapdragon chip. It's full blown Windows, right?
Yeah.
And if you're running a game or app that's not made for ARM, they have a translation layer, just like Apple did, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I was referring to before when I said Prism. That's the name of the translation software. They just recently updated to where it's even more compatible. I could see in a year or two, right? Like a handheld that's not based on some AMD chip, right? That's based on an ARM-based chip because Microsoft owns all the IP when it comes to the Xbox feature set. Even though AMD is the one who created that stuff, Microsoft owns the IP, so they can go to a completely different manufacturer.
I wouldn't mind a closed system handheld, and you could pop in your expansion card into it.
Right. That's what you've always said, and I've always thought that would be like at a base level, that would be perfect, right?
That would be awesome.
Because a lot of people
pop in that thing.
Steam will be on that platform, but providing that's just like a dream and that's not going to happen at all, and it's really just going to be the Xbox device.
Yeah.
What you're saying there would be the best way to go because you could just take it out your Xbox, right? Yep. And plug it into the back of that system. When you come home, you just plug right into the back of the Xbox because it's hot swappable.
It's hot swappable. And or if you got spares, you got a spare.
There you go, like we talked about before. And like these drives are finally coming cheap enough where you get a 2 terabyte now for $200.
Did you get that realized? Because you're always the first to guess something.
Which one? The
2 terabyte one.
The Western Digital. Yeah, that's $200.
No, I'm done with the Xbox. I'm not buying extra storage. I just deleted some stuff yesterday because Call of Duty made me install another 50 gigs.
Yeah.
What about Indiana Jones? Today, a couple of days ago, it was like the download of 150 gigs or 154. And yeah, Call of Duty got updated today. Yeah, 54 gigs on the PC side at least.
Now here's something I do on the side sometimes. I have an SSD external drive, USB-C, very fast, right? And you could I could copy those off to those, and it is super fast too. I won't say as fast as like the expansion card speed, but
it won't be
way faster than a hard, like a USB's, the other type of hard drives. This one's really good. I'm like, dude, I could put a few, like 5 or 6 games on there and still store them right there on the site and just transfer them over whenever I actually want to play them. I haven't got to that point yet because I usually just delete games like Realist does. I'll delete something and bring it down later.
Oh, but you do have at least one of those external drive, like a 1 terabyte or whatever.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, me too. I've had the 1 terabyte from the day I got my system. I got both of them, and that's been enough for me. I've got maybe 300 gigabytes open free, and that's after Indiana Jones has been installed in Stalker on my Xbox.
Yeah,
and Call of Duty Black Ops, but not the multi. Well, it might actually have the multiplayer too.
There's some games I should delete, but it's like
I've got room because I deleted some stuff because there's Game Pass and everything else. But what you talking about there with the SSD on the PC side is pretty cool too, because like I bought a 4 terabyte. Actually, no, I didn't buy it. I was planning to buy a 4 terabyte for game drive, right? Like a Samsung 990 Pro, like a 4 terabyte, because I've seen them like on sale for like about $300, right? But eventually, my brother bought me one, but not a Samsung. He bought me a different brand, and for my birthday, right? So shout out to him. Actually, multiple of my brothers. Every time I mention a brother had bought me something, it's a different brother every time.
Wait, how many siblings do you have?
I'd have to count, and it's more than 10.
Dang!
Papa was a Rolling Stone, as they say. Papa was a Rolling Stone, as they say. With my mom, he only had 2 kids, myself and my sister, but he had a previous marriage and had multiple kids with that woman. I've met her. She's a lovely person. But my older brothers and sisters, and so 3 or 4 of my brothers had gotten me gifts, right? So
Yeah.
one of them had got me like a 4 terabyte, right?
Yeah.
And I have a 4 terabyte hard drive that I use from like my home drive. In fact, I call it Drive H, right? And that's all my home stuff, like my music, my pictures, stuff like that. You know, my files, I keep on a separate drive from the operating system drive, right?
Yeah.
But that was a spinning hard drive, you know, spinning Rust. I finally replaced that with an SSD. So I have a game drive, like a 1 terabyte that I use for my games. That's Drive G. So that Samsung that I want to get, eventually I'll buy it, right? And I'll replace that with the 4 terabyte. You know, I'll transfer over all the data. I'll have a lot more games, right? But that 1 terabyte SSD that I've got, right? I bought a USB enclosure. I plan to use that as an external drive, you know, for other things, maybe for recording video.
Yeah.
Right. Because like that Hori pad, which we talked about yesterday, but since nobody saw the show,
I know,
pad,
man.
you know,
I'm so
it's
pissed
coming
about
to hey man, it happens. It happened. But
Yeah.
like it's on Amazon now for sale, just the black one though, right? Oh, they didn't offer all the colors, just the black one, right?
Mhm.
And so it's got the 2 paddles in the back that you could program just like on the Xbox, right? With the Elite controls, but also has 2 more buttons that are programmable on the bottom that are programmable. They're not set to anything, right?
Yeah.
And so I plan to use that, you know, for screenshot and for recording on Steam. So when I buy that 4 terabyte drive, you know, I use that to put all my games on. I'll have more room to have all my games on PC.
Yeah.
And then I'll use the old 1 terabyte as a recording drive, you know, when I'm recording footage of gameplay, right? And I could have that on the external with the little enclosure that I bought, the USB enclosure. It'll still be fast, like you said. It'll be faster than the spinning Rust that I had in there and stuff, right? And it'll be hot swappable if I want to take it with me, or if I want to use it with my RG Ally to record stuff on that. You know, hot swap, you know, I can do what I want with it, right?
Yeah.
And so that's pretty useful. Like I'm noticing now these drives are finally starting to drop in price to a point where at this point you should have a hard drive to back up your stuff. Like it's that time of the year, right? Like Black Friday is approaching. How many times has it happened? You know, I know I learned my lesson, you know, and this is how you learn your lesson when it comes to data backups, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like you get burned. You get burned.
It's happened to me.
You get burned, and you've learned your lesson forevermore.
I had
now
to pay $2,000 to recover my pictures.
Oh, you see what I'm saying? So I've lost data that I haven't spent the money on because I know the drive is not recoverable.
Yeah.
Right? I know the drive's not. I still have the drive. Like maybe one day if I have a lot of extra pocket money, I'll do something with the drive and see if I can have it recovered. But for now, it's not worth it. But you see what you have to go through sometimes. So like, yo, folks, public announcement here from SIKSLAYER. Yo, buy yourself a hard drive, back up everything that you feel is important, and put the hard drive away. And that means not in your house.
Yeah.
You got a
You gotta put a
sibling
safe
or
deposit box.
family member. Safe deposit. It doesn't have to be safe. It just has to be not in your house.
Yeah.
Okay, because that's not a backup if your house burns down and the backup burns with it, right? Because you're not going to be running around to grab a hard drive, right? That has all your backups on it.
That's why you gotta have a go bag, like ready to go, and just like know what to put.
Yeah, sometimes you're not even going to be able to grab the go bag, right? Depending on what the fire situation or whatever the situation is, right? Or if like like the folks with the hurricane of last month or whatever, the unfortunate situation with all of that, right? Like if it's in your house and your house is trashed with everything else, your backup is still gone. That's why they call it an off-site backup. So, hard drives are cheap. Buy one, copy all your shit that you care about, and put that someplace else besides your house. You'll thank me later, and hopefully you never have to thank me because the only reason you'll ever thank me is because you got burned. And that's when you're gonna realize the wisdom of my work. Yeah. So I just wanted to put that out there.
Man, I just started like this is years ago. Like 2009, 10 or something like that. Maybe even 11. And I had just a desktop with a spare drive that housed all the pictures. Right? And I just happened to move a bunch of stuff to that. It was like all my wedding pictures, everything. Just everything was in there. Even pre-marriage pictures, just everything was there, right?
Wow. And
one day the power went out.
Oh.
Yeah, the power went out. And then just one day it's like, okay, it's like, because it's not like every day I look at the pictures, right? I don't. It just one day I got on the computer. I was trying to access the drive. I'm like, what the fuck? It's like, I can't access the folders. Where is this? And that's when I realized, like, don't tell me it's burned out, right? And so I tried some things on my own because I had some external devices I can hook up the hard drive to, and like nothing was working. I was like, oh, crap.
You tried SpinRite and that didn't work either.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, I need to stop messing with it. I need to find somebody that's professional that knows what they're doing, right? Because I could just damage it more.
Yes,
I did find a company. I was close to my job, and I told them, like, dude, I got this drive. This is what I got. I don't care about anything else besides the pictures. Other files, if you get them, fantastic. If you don't, I don't care. The pictures is the ones I need back bad. And they're like, cool, we'll do our best. You know, they only charge if they can recover stuff, right?
Right.
And so they looked into it, and I was like, hey, man, it's like, we were able to recover, but it's not all the pictures. It's like 95%. I was like, dude, that's better than 0%, you know?
Hell yeah.
And it's like 95. I was like, cool. It's like how much? It was like roughly $2,000 to recover it, right? Now, was I ripped off? Maybe, I don't know. But to me at the time, I was desperate, and it was like, that's worth it for me, right? It's like, just get us, like, you got to get us another drive. I was like, I'm coming with another drive. Put it on this one. It's like, you know what? Put it on both of these.
You know what it is about the price? It's priceless.
It's priceless.
You can't put a money amount to that, right? If there was insurance on those pictures, right?
Yeah.
No amount of money, right, is going to make up for the loss of those pictures.
Yeah.
Certain things when they say it's priceless, that's it. Like, money won't fix it, right? Like, if your house burns down, insurance, they could, give you the money you built a new house, right? Mm-hmm. Or you move elsewhere to a better house, right? That will going to make it even again, right?
Yep.
But like the clothes or pictures or jewelry or whatever that's important that gets messed up.
I felt like
in the
crap,
fire,
man.
That's more important.
I was so down in the dumps, man. One, because I had to shell out $2,000. Two is like the pictures. That was just my main thing, was the pictures, right? And I mean, luckily I got everything back. So that's, like you said, you learn your lesson. That was the hard way. I had to shell out $2,000 to recover the pictures, and ever since then, I've had 3 copies of my hard drives. Now I got that. Remember, I got all excited about the NAS that I got, so it has a mirror. Mm-hmm. So dude, not long after I had set it up, one of the drives went out.
I remember you telling me about that.
One of the drives went out.
That's the thing about it. Like, this is what I said before, and I must repeat it.
Yeah,
you're not gonna understand how important this is. Until you get burned.
Yep.
Then you understand all the lengths, all the money you spend if it's a lot of pictures, like in your case, that are important to you, right?
Yep.
That's when you will learn. And you don't want to have to learn, but that's the only way it's ever going to make sense to a lot of people.
So that drive went out. Luckily, I bought the coverage, the insurance on it. Or no, I didn't. I contacted the vendor. And like, dude, I've had this for 3 months and it's already burned out. Like, oh, don't worry about it. Send it over and we'll send it right to you. They gave me a replacement. I popped it in there. Mirror got repaired. Boom, I'm back in business. It was still I was able to still get my pictures just because of the mirror, right?
Right.
But now it's like, I'm not nervous about that one drive going out. Now I got both of them back up and running.
It proved its worthiness to you already.
Its purpose. That NAS served its purpose.
Yeah, it proved that it will be all good if some situation happens that it's not.
Yeah, it was it's just bad. All right.
But yeah, man.
How we even get to this, anyways?
We were talking about the storage thing with the SSDs and all that.
That's right.
So we were just, and that was even a tangent on all the things that Phil Spencer had to say about Xbox and blah blah blah. That was just one little aspect.
Yeah, that was one little thing he says.
Take it away.
Yeah. So, dude, next week, that's it, man. Stalker 2 is coming out, and everybody's been waiting this one. Everybody's been waiting for this one for a long time now, because of the damn war. Right, stupid Russia, causing so many days. It's all their fault. And,
very literally.
I bet you anything after this is done and released and everything's like kind of stable with whatever they got to do with patches and whatever they got to do post release. I bet you anything they're gonna come out with some documentary about the struggles they had to deal with.
Oh, that's already been out. It's already out. A couple days ago they put out.
I didn't see that.
Back when they announced it went gold.
Yeah.
Right. On that announcement went gold, and the day it went up for download, I think 2 days ago. So maybe Tuesday.
Yeah.
Or Monday maybe. They put up a document. Or was it last week maybe even?
I don't know. This is new to me.
in recent times they had announced it went gold, and then the downloads happened a couple days ago. I think Tuesday.
Well, I saw the gold announcement. I saw that.
Yeah,
but I didn't see anything about some documentary or anything.
And so the documentary, I think it came out the same day it went up for download, or maybe the same day they announced the gold, that it went gold. I forget which. But either way, it's up for download, at least on Xbox. On PC, all you get is the stub. Like
stuff.
You just get like a little marker for like 300 megs or whatever.
Yeah, that's what happens on Xbox too.
Right, same thing on Xbox. But on Xbox now already, if you try to download Indiana Jones, it's up for download. But Stalker, I think, is up for download. But Indiana Jones is not up for download. I don't think. And so, yeah. Wait, oh no, hold on. Just installed on my system. Hold on, let me look.
You got notification?
File. No, it's 10 megs only. No, because I'm on the Xbox app right now. I'm just looking.
Oh, okay.
I just launched the Xbox app, and right under the game it said just install, and then I went to look in the files thing to see if it, was installed.
Dude, I thought Xbox was supposed to get rid of the following category of friends. I thought it was going to be only friends, and that's it.
No. It was a temporary thing that they were disabling it because they were doing some work behind the scenes, and that they were going to bring it back, which they recently did. They finally did the work and they brought it back like they said they were gonna. So I guess you just must have misread what they were talking about. The
following part, because I know I saw the friends part, right? Mm-hmm. And I knew they're gonna, like, everybody got like excited about they're bringing back friends. I'm like, what are you talking about? We always had friends or something like that, right?
Dude, Charles the Man is on sale right now for $20, man.
What? That's not the new one, right?
Not Visions of Mana. Trials of Mana. It's on sale for $20.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I just recently got a bunch of notifications like, this guy wants to be your friend. I'm like, who's this dude? So, I'm not responding to anything. And I always tell people, like, from even here, it's like, dude, it's like, if you're gonna friend me, send me a message immediately and tell me, like, oh, I saw you on your show or something. That way I can accept it. Otherwise, I'm not gonna accept it.
I'll get those all the time, and I'm like, who the heck are these guys? I'm like, and I see a name I might have known, but I do this stuff with spaces, and I have weird people who come follow me all the time. They're just trying to keep track of what I do, then to post about me later.
Yeah.
And so now I'm real anal. I always was, right?
Yeah.
But I notice now, especially certain people will follow me, and I look in their account to see if they're just up to no good, and if they are, I'll quickly block them or whatever. But now with Twitter the way it is, even if you block people, they can still read what you say and all this kind of stuff. So it's like, what's the purpose of the block?
Yeah.
But that's Elon Musk and his old thing, which is why a lot of people are moving to Blue Sky now, or at least getting accounts.
Dude,
so
but we saw what happened with that other one, that Mastodon or whatever. It's like,
yeah, but Mastodon was as a tech head, right? Clearly, right? And I messed with Linux and all that kind of stuff, bro. That was the Linux version of Twitter, where it was super open. You had to pick the server you wanted, and you had to do a login with that. But if you want to mess with the other ones, you have to do login with all the other ones.
Yes.
No.
That's what I don't understand about Blue Sky. It's like, why do you have to have some sort of domain-looking ID?
That's not Blue Sky. That's Mastodon. That's Mastodon.
But when you look at Blue Sky, that's what I see. I see like their username, and it says .social or something like that.
Right. Now, see, on Blue Sky, all you need is that main name. But if you notice, everybody on Twitter is just posting an image instead of the direct link. Yeah. I guess they're afraid that Twitter or Elon or whatever will come and block them off of Twitter, right? They don't want to leave Twitter, right? Because everybody's still on Twitter. So what everybody's doing, they're adding the other account. But you see a lot of people who think they're all smart, and they're posting shit like, oh, okay, I've made one because everybody else is making one, but I'll be back here in like 6 months when nobody else is here. But there's like 10 million plus subscribers now.
It is.
And I'm not getting to all the politics aspect. I'm sure that's fueling a lot of the transition too. But a lot of everybody's making an account at this point, right? And so the thing is, it's functionally the same as Twitter. The features are the same. You make one account.
Yeah, but I've read that some features are missing, like a group DMs like what we have.
It doesn't have that. It doesn't have the spaces equivalent. It doesn't have to have the space equivalent, but it does have to get the group DM situation going on, right? That's the one thing I noticed it doesn't have that it needs.
But
everything else.
I see who's running it is Jack Dorsey, who made Twitter. I'm like, dude, you already know what you need to do. Why don't you just do it again? You know?
Well, that's exactly what he's doing, right?
Yeah.
He's doing it all over again, and that's the thing about it. I feel like a lot of people are joining up because they want an alternative, right? Yeah. But unless you use the alternative and drop the original, it's not going to matter.
Yeah.
But I must say, of all the alternatives I've ever seen, this is the one that has the most traction by far, right? And I'm thinking if it continues to grow in the manner it has thus far, it could become that alternative. But for now, we just have to wait.
It's just hard to leave like the OG platform that everybody's so used to, right?
Right. And even though we all complain about it.
Yeah. We all complain about something.
We want to leave it because we don't trust the ownership even before Elon had it. Like, or like Jack Dorsey and his people back then were fucking it up from back then, right?
Yeah.
So
you see that with YouTube too. I mean, you got YouTube, which is the main player, and then you got Rumble, and then all the other ones. Odyssey, I forgot what the other ones are. And I had a Rumble channel. It's like, but it was just like too much to handle. Like with 2 channels, like it's like I'll just close my Rumble. It's like just no. It's like I'm not.
Yeah, it's like if you're a YouTuber, like you mainly don't even mess with Twitch. Like you'll have it with secondary stream, like I think we're doing right now. You're also streaming
I stopped it because it was bogging down my.
Okay, so I'm saying for a lot of people, they don't even have the bandwidth to that, so they don't do that. But like, or even if they do, if it's not a technical issue for them, it's just another thing to get more views to their main content. So either you have to be a main to one thing, right?
Yeah.
Anything else will just be an also ran. But yeah, man, we keep getting onto tangents, man. Let's just focus on this whole Xbox thing. So I don't know. So
what do we got?
Okay.
Oh, with Spencer.
Yeah, Phil Spencer had some kind of interview, right? Now I didn't know about the interview, but I knew about some of the things that he said. So I'm not up to date on that aspect at all. I just know about what happened today with the whole press thing. We'll get into that, I guess, afterwards. But okay, fill me in on what happened yesterday.
Well, I mean, he had his interview, and he pretty much says right here that there's no red lines when it comes to releasing more Xbox games on other platforms, which means there could be other games that's exclusive to Xbox right now that may go to PlayStation. You know, besides what we've seen right now with Grounded, Sea of Thieves, and the other 2 that we. What was
okay,
it?
So how is that any different than what's been going on all year? Well, that's no different than
what people have been saying this whole time, like, oh, we're gonna have Halo on PlayStation, we're gonna get Halo this, or Gears of War is next, right? So now that they're taking that side, see, it's those guys again. It's those guys again that say something but they're just throwing shit against the wall that hopefully will stick. So when we get to this point in time and something like did hit, they're like, oh, see, I was right. You weren't right.
Yeah. You're just a monkey who's throwing your shit at the wall and you're hoping it sticks.
What's up, Sega Man?
But you're throwing a lot to see something stick. That's all it is. What's up, Sega Man?
I remember what up, Sega Man, but I remember Tech making a video about this. He's tired of people throwing stuff at the wall, acting like they hit on something, or they had a source, or they were right on something.
Who was doing that?
When all they're doing is just guessing. You did it.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
You made that video.
Was it?
You were like, man, I'm tired of people acting like they know something. They don't know nothing. You just guess right.
I loaded Tech?
I don't think so.
I don't think you were loaded, but you were just.
You see that all the time, constantly.
Yeah.
It's like,
that's the thing about it. It's like this whole thing, what he said in the interview yesterday. How's that change what we already knew?
Yeah.
All he did was confirm the shit he already said before they've been doing all year. What? That's how this year began in terms of the gaming community when it comes to Xbox, right? Yeah. There was this whole rumor, Xbox going all third platform, blah, 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 and it was just a couple of games that didn't really matter, didn't push the needle. And now he's saying that there's not a red line as to what they may decide to put later. Yeah. How is that any different from what we already knew? Yeah. Nothing. But these motherfuckers wanted to start some shit about Xbox, right? Because PlayStation had a bunch of bad news. We all knew this was coming.
Yeah.
We all knew this was coming.
Yep. So that's one of the main things. And, you know, the industry's good. You know, the usual talk. The industry's good. You know, Xbox is better placed than it was a year ago, and the same old talk to make Xbox look good. But we hear it, and whether you want to see through it or not, that's up to the person that's reacting. But to me, it's just like, dude, just bring me the games. That's all I care for.
Yeah,
bring me the games on the platform I'd like, whether it's going multiplayer or not, and I'll play it. As long as it's a good game.
Game Pass is not on the PlayStation or Nintendo Switch, so like let them have Xbox games at full price. That feeds our Game Pass. That's what's going on with Call of Duty. We talk about this all the time.
Yes.
Up until you see something in the headlines, all of a sudden you want to defect. It's like, bro, we've been through this. That's what this whole year has been about when it comes to Xbox, right? It's not about what we already know. It's about a bunch of people want to go nuts. And I noticed though, this time it's not the usual suspects. Because when I look at who's that ex-cop who used to be NYPD?
Boomstick.
Boomstick. Even Boomstick is not falling for the shit this time. He didn't. Yeah. He stayed the course, right? Like, because it happens it's happened all year. And then you see guys like Mag. Oh, like, see, I was right. No, you weren't, bro.
Mag unfriend me.
All those dudes were all 6 of those dudes were in a circle jerk, right?
Mag unfollowed me on Twitter, man. He got.
I need to check. I need to check and see if he unfollowed me too.
He got mad at me one time because because I went off on a DEI crap on some game.
Oh,
he's like,
over that.
Oh man, you're against it. I was like, dude, I'm not against it. It's just I don't like it shoved down my throat every time, right? And I was like, I can't follow you anymore. I'm like, okay. So as soon as I saw that he followed, I was like, all right, I'll unfollow you too, man. I was like, sorry.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't even find his account. I'm looking for his account now to see. I unfollowed him, but maybe he didn't unfollow me. But like I could see what people say now, like Jez Corden, ever since they did that thing. Now Jez Corden was one of these other ones, right? He was like, but Xbox. Well, I guess this is on the second part, so I'll hold that back because of what happened this morning with the whole ad thing, right?
Yeah.
I'll say that later. But basically, I can see what these clowns say now, even though they blocked me. It's like, man, I was better off not being able to see what ignorant crap they were saying. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is that Microsoft is basically going first, like they always do.
Yep.
And it didn't work out for them with the Xbox One generation, with them going first on the DRM. And I've been saying this for what is this, 2014? So for 9 years, right? No, 11 years.
Yeah.
Right? The consoles came out in 2013 until now.
Mm-hmm.
That the industry was complicit.
Yeah.
The whole DRM, online check-ins, all that stuff, that wasn't Microsoft on their own.
Nope.
Microsoft was stepping out with the industry at their backs. And they were all in support of it. It's just that when it didn't go over well, Microsoft took the licks like they always do. I don't know why. Because if it was me, I would say, hey, this isn't just me. It's just like Ubisoft. Ubisoft's guy, he comes out and says, people have to get used to not owning their games. It's not just them. It's not just him.
Yeah.
Just like Xbox in 2013, he's not the one to deliver the message. Yeah. But the ones who can deliver the message won't deliver the message.
Right, because they don't want to take the brunt. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Because, like in particularly with this stuff, with the consoles from last generation, right? A lot of technology, like the physical technology, was Sony's technology. Like what do you call the NFC thing with the disk drive? Yeah. That was a Sony technology. Microsoft was dealing with the software side. This is how they came together in the first place. Like Sony had the hardware, with like the NFC built into the disk drive, where the disk was gonna have the key built into the disk, right? That's how it was gonna work, right? And the software side was Microsoft, because they had to do the software for GameStop and stuff like that when you want to trade in your games and stuff like that, so they could take it off your account, blah blah blah. That was Microsoft handling the software side. So yeah, when you say the industry was complicit, yeah, the industry was complicit. They had to put in a lot of work to get that to even work, and we never even got to see it because Microsoft took the brunt for it.
Well, what we're getting now is everything that people complain about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like people complain about the online check-ins and always online. These consoles are always online. Even Nintendo won't let you play a game for long without an online check-in.
Yep.
So it is what it is. So with Microsoft coming out with this whole third-party messaging, they're basically just being upfront, right? And next you're going to see PlayStation do it. PlayStation is going to have to start putting games on other platforms.
They want to.
Their console isn't enough. Well, they're gonna slow burn for one.
Yeah,
like a lot of people keep saying PlayStation don't want to do it. PlayStation don't have the manpower to do it.
That's
right.
What it is. Yeah.
Because why would you take forever to put out a PC release? You know what I mean?
But they had the
doesn't make any sense.
Why. Right.
Right. One developer that does a good job.
Yeah, well, that's the main one who seems to be doing all the ones that we've seen. I can't think of one.
Sony owns. Yeah, like Sony owns Studio. Yeah, because you got Jetpack, you got Iron Galaxy.
Right.
You know they've done
made anything where, well, like they put something after the fact. Either it was a game where they put out day one like they did with Helldivers, and the developer themselves had made both the PlayStation and PC versions day one. That's one thing. But Nixus, that's what they do. They don't even make games. They port games to PC. That's all they've ever done. Now, have they ever made a game? Maybe they have. But what they're known for all along is porting games. That's what they do. That's what they were acquired for. That's what all three of us have individually said. I remember when both of you have said on your own, because I've been thinking the same thing. I don't know if I had said it verbally at the time when you guys said it, was that Sony should buy Nixus, right? Because they're going to be the ones who's going to do all the work. We've all said it, and that's what happened. So, like, when you say they don't have the manpower, yeah, they really don't, because all they really have is Nixus, right? And then maybe they might have a developer or two who could do it on their own, right? Like the developers of Helldivers, I forget their names at the moment, right? So, yeah, that's why they do it like that. But even Microsoft, does Microsoft really have the manpower? Yeah, they have. It's not the manpower that they have or don't have. They have the funds to make it happen if they don't. But these developers, they're still just the same developers. They just have access to the Microsoft account, right, in terms of finances. But that still has to be approved, and they still only have a certain number of people who's going to do the porting job, or is it going to be native day one? You know what I'm saying? So when you say, does Sony have the manpower? It's a fair question to Microsoft as well, even though they're in terms of finances, they're on a whole different echelon, right? It's not easy unless you're working on it all along. So for Sony, eventually what's going to happen is, I feel for them, they're going to start developing their games where they're released on PC day one, because the developer is being tasked with making that version from day one, and not depending on Nixus or whoever else. So that way, Nixus could focus on continuing to port stuff that was already out on console, or stuff like that, or at least assisting with, and not having it all on their backs, because they already have a lot of work to do on their own. So I feel that's what that's about. But it just goes to show, like the situation with the industry as overall point was, that you were making there, realist, right? Is the fact that Microsoft is always the one who does it first. They always get the brunt of the bad press behind it. But eventually you notice everybody else is the same thing. Look at PlayStation with TV, when they were saying that about Xbox. But it was PlayStation who did more than Xbox ever did. Yeah. By far. They put out hardware. They put TV at the end of certain products, like the PlayStation TV. That was just
I had that.
That was just a portable Vita, right? Without the display, or Switch without the display, right? But
no, do you remember the actual TV that they had? The PlayStation TV with the 3D glasses?
With the TV, with the glasses, actual TV. Like, they've done way more than that than Xbox ever did or could, because that's not their wheelhouse. That's Sony's wheelhouse, right? TVs, content outside of video games, movies and stuff, music. They own all of that long before PlayStation was even a thing, right? That was a lot of their money. A lot of their profit was that. So it just goes to show, like, people love to talk a lot of crap, right? And once again, based on their biases, and this is as Xbox fans, we notice it now, right? Now they're trying to spin all the stuff that Microsoft had announced today. So I guess we'll talk about it now, since I keep alluding to it. So this morning, Microsoft had put out an ad thing. Basically, everything is basically an Xbox, right?
Oh, that thing.
Ally,
I forgot about that.
Right? Yes, you should put that up on the screen
Yeah,
for everybody
that's
to
what I'm
see.
looking for.
But basically, yeah, like your PC is an Xbox, your phone is an Xbox, your ROG is an Xbox, your Fire Stick is an Xbox, because all those things have Xbox access. But then you look at Jez Corden, he's like, my phone is my motherfucker. Can you play your Xbox games on it? Yes. Then it's the Xbox, because it doesn't really matter anymore about the box. That's what they've been trying to say forever. But of course, Jez Corden, of course, he's got to be Mr. Opposite, right, on purpose to get clicks and views, like all these other guys doing.
Yeah.
When you see Mag and all these other assholes out here, right, who used to be pro Xbox, ride or die, right, through the darkest times of Xbox. Forget this generation. Last generation was die. Oh my god, and they were 10 toes down back then. Now when
10
Xbox is in a way better,
toes.
and now Xbox is in a way better position. These guys are folding like wet tissue paper. It's pathetic, right? Now, and just like you said earlier, they're trying to act like they were right all along. No, man, you just realize it's better to be a naysayer in terms of clicks and views, right? And that's what you're doing, and everybody knows that's what it is. Because you guys, and it was Maggie admitted it when I was on the show, what's his name, a couple months earlier on in the year, when Mag popped up in the chat, right? He was like, he openly admitted it in the chat, right? He was like, bro, we all were believing our own shit, blah, blah, blah. He's sorry, he's really Xbox, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, bro, nah, bro. And it goes to show, now he was right all along. Bro, they didn't even say that. And it's funny, too. Phil Spencer didn't even say anything like that.
Yeah.
What Phil Spencer basically said basically amounts to what we've been experiencing all year. A couple of things here and there, right? Go over. But not the main things. Not the Halo, the Gears, stuff that identifies Xbox as Xbox, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's not happening. The little side thing, Indiana Jones, they had this, the mouse is going to want their money, right? And they got blades. It's probably the same situation with that. We know that's probably going to come to PlayStation. This is why they didn't have the logos there at the end of it, right? When what's his name from the Iron Lords, the white guy from Iron Lords, what's his name? Addict, right? Addict, right? And it was making this whole tizzy about it back then, right? And he's doing this the whole time. And if you notice, he's the only one in the Iron Lords who does this, right? Because, like, in terms of a person, nobody really pays attention to him, right? Outside of he has his own channel, but I stopped following the dude because all he ever does now is doom and gloom all day about Xbox. He sits there.
But that's his thing.
Exactly my point. See, that's his thing. He has no other thing but to be the naysayer, right? This is how he gets his clicks and views. Just like Mag and Colt Eastwood and D-Bags and all these other corny motherfuckers. This is what they're doing lately, right? This is how they get their clicks and views and get people to pay attention to. This is why I always say, don't click on their shit. Don't retweet their shit. If you mention them, don't at them to give them clicks and views. That's all that's going to do. If you want to talk about it, whatever, that's fine. But don't give them what they want when you do it. Because that's what they're tricking you into doing in the first place. Right? But it just goes to show the mentality of guys like that who's saying all this stuff, particularly with Mag, because he was the one who came in the thing with legal and was like, nah, man, we messed up with that, blah. He made all the excuses, right? Live on the show, he popped into the chat with saying that, right? But there you go, right? Like, he openly admitted it then. So watch out, legal, because in case he comes after you and says for you to erase that episode. That episode better not go anywhere.
He's gonna take shit down.
He's not gonna take shit down, but I'm just saying, right? It could get back to him. So anybody wants to see, I'm sure it'll be in the chat logs and everything for you to go and watch that video earlier on this year when I was on, right after this happened. It was the episode that we did right after that had happened. I guarantee you, when we found out what games it was, that was when we did the episode, right? And so it's the same old bullshit. Just watch out for that, because I guarantee you that's what's going on, right? Yeah. But that's the proof of it right there. He openly admitted they were just circle jerking each other with no insider evidence, no nothing.
No, they don't know anybody.
He wants to
That's
the
the thing,
right all
man.
along. But Phil Spencer never said anything that even adds up to that. And the press thing they put out today doesn't say that either. Like they're trying to act like he trying to do a victory lap over what?
Yeah,
What did he say?
that's
that
what
makes
I'm
you think he won?
saying. That's what like
Like he didn't
Realist
say
is saying
anything like
about
that.
me. Like, man, you're like mad that one. Like, yeah, man, because it's just some stupid bullshit all the time. They can't be real. They all gotta be fake for clout.
Yeah, that's what it is. So we all know that's what it is. These guys want to sit here and pretend. And if you notice too, if you look at the Xbox account on the YouTube page, you look at the comments, or if you look on Twitter or anywhere else, right?
Yeah.
All the dudes who's saying that shit, like most of the Xbox guys I notice are still 10 toes down. Like for all the things that have happened this year, the reaction of the Xbox community has been amongst the lightest. I must admit, right? Most Xbox guys, from my perception of it, maybe you guys have a different opinion, is that most Xbox games, or not games, gamers are looking at the situation like, bro, this is exactly what we've said all year. He didn't say anything new, right?
Yeah.
But you got those certain ones who've been, what you call a pony
make it a thing.
Right? Got to make it a thing, right? It's the same ones, still with the same old bullshit, and you know it when you see it.
Word.
Everybody, but they want to act like it's more than it really is. It's pathetic, really.
You know what? I should like put out a video one day, at least a YouTube short, and just be like doom and gloom and see what happens, man. I bet you that.
Yeah.
I mean, you got so many other shows where you just being goofy.
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me. Realist. Did you watch my YouTube short of Call of Duty and how to be a pro?
No.
No, you missed it.
That was funny. Yeah, I saw that. That was funny.
You saw that one? Oh, all
yeah.
Right.
That was funny.
Let me see if I can put it up for you. Oh, yeah. Let me. Dang it. All right. Let's see. So you saw it, Sick?
Yeah, I saw it.
Oh,
I don't want to ruin it for you. So just play it and let me see for yourself.
Let's see. I hope you guys can see hear the audio. I'll play. Pro.
Play like a pro with Black Ops. I think I saw. Yeah, that's the one.
Oh no! Don't go away.
Scroll down. Scroll down, not up. The other direction. What are you doing?
I didn't want that to happen. Hold on.
All you had to do is scroll with the mouse.
Well, I'm trying to make sure the audio comes on. Hold on, let me see.
I was going to tell you how to fix that afterwards, but like you just went and clicked it off. There you go.
Oh no, I don't want.
See, if you did in the other one, you wouldn't have had the ad. There you go.
Had this. Can you hear that?
Well, I hear it. I don't know if it's on the YouTube though.
Okay, no, it'll go through YouTube.
All right, then. So now, we'll play it. It was working.
So let me play like a pro. All right. I was hoping you watched this, Realist. Welcome back to the. Hey there, gamers. Welcome back to the channel. We're diving into the latest. Hey there, gamers. Welcome back to the channel. If you want to up your game and play like a pro in Black Ops 6, you've come to the right place. Today, I'm going to show you the best settings to dominate the battlefield. Let's dive in. First things first, let's head over to the settings menu. Starting with the controller settings, you want to have the precise control over your movements and aim. So here's what I recommend.
I love that.
What happened?
You didn't see it. You don't see it. That's why.
Oh,
okay. Well, you need to watch.
He's not watching.
You need to watch the video.
No, I'll watch it later.
Oh, okay.
You need to watch it.
So yeah. No, I was like, so I need to make one.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna repost that. I forgot all about that. I'm gonna repost that.
All right. So our buddy Jeff Keighley, in his games award, he's asking for help. Did you guys even hear this? This little.
He's asking for help. I don't know if that. See, this is once again. You see, this is I guess on the other side. I'm not trying to defend this guy. You guys already know how I feel on him.
I hate this dude.
Basically, what he asked for, right? See, if Jeff Keighley wasn't Jeff Keighley as we know him, right? Yeah. And he was just a neutral person like he should be, right? Mm-hmm. We wouldn't take his words as anything malicious, right? Nope. Just like they did with Phil Spencer, right? Yep. How they tried to spin his words into some kind of victory lap.
Yep.
All he did was ask for the community to put in some input, right? Like he wants to hear from the community, as he should, as a guy who's running a game award show.
Yep.
That's how I perceived it, right?
Well, he's trying to trademark.
Yeah,
trademark
I did notice that part though.
The Game Awards or Game Awards, right? kind of like what Nintendo did with its own like Donkey Kong. Like you don't hear
Right.
that from anybody because they'll sue you.
Right.
So
In fact, you probably shouldn't have said it now. You're not
right
gonna
now
get
I
monetized
could get
this episode.
sued just for saying that.
Now you can't get. Yeah, you won't get monetized on this episode. That's for
Right.
sure.
So the Game Awards, he's trying to take over that and pretty much be the same thing as that with the Donkey Kong thing.
Mhm.
And everybody, like the little comments that I read here on this article here, just like they're like no, like I'm not down for that. Like this one guy wrote a big one saying not a chance is too common of a phrase that would mean anyone who tried to do anything like it or have their own video game awards showing could come up under lawsuit and pay damn, like Nintendo's going after whoever says Donkey Kong, right?
See, and that's the thing with the Game Awards. I've always said they act and they have a vibe of like the word official is subliminal in the name.
Yeah.
Right? Like they call it the Game Awards. And so when we as game fans, right, we nitpick what they're doing at the Game Awards, we always hear, oh, but does it really matter? Blah, blah. Yes, it fucking does.
Yeah.
It's called the Game Awards. It's not Jeff Keighley's Game Awards or the Gamehead Game or the GameStop Game Awards. It's the
Yeah, as if
Game
that,
Awards. As
that
if it's
the end all
official.
be all is that show and
Right.
that's it.
Right.
Like the other ones
Exactly.
don't matter.
Exactly. And so, and now he's trying to trademark that shit.
He's trying to
I hope
trademark
he doesn't get it. I hope he doesn't get it because not that he wasn't the first one or that he shouldn't get it. It's we already see what he's gonna do with it.
Yeah.
The fact that he doesn't already have it kind of shocking to me.
Yeah.
I would have already thought he had that with all the money and like the fuck. I'm kind of shocked that has to be a thing. But at the same time, he because my expectation was he already did that already. Come to find out that he didn't all along,
No.
but don't want him to because we already see what that is. But this
Mhm.
just goes to show why it is important. Why it is important. All along, what we've always said. The fact that they act like anytime we complain about it, people be like, "Oh, it's not important." Yes, it the fuck is.
Yeah.
That's why he's trying to to copyright the name now.
Yep. So it's a bad move overall because like that one comment says, like, dude, he could start pulling what Nintendo's doing right now, right?
Yeah.
And nobody wants that. They're like, nah. This guy says, "Burn, baby, burn. Game Awards suck, and so does Jeff. He's an arrogant little nipple baby, or prick nipple baby. This is his attempt to profit off this stuff. In turn, he helped kill gaming. He's even admitted
Yes.
he's not that into this stuff. Tell companies to start revealing things more frequently instead of relying on this garbage shows. Nintendo Direct matters, not this."
Yep.
This
See,
guy
and it
says-
just goes to show. But like I was going to say earlier on, I forgot to mention, or maybe I didn't get to say because I guess I got sidetracked, right?
yeah,
When you look at all these people on the internet, right? Like I was trying to say earlier, right? Like when you made your post about the stuff we were talking about before the show, right?
Mhm.
It's like you have all these nobodies who pop in, and if you notice, their accounts are either brand new
oh yeah.
or they're complete PlayStation fanboys or whatever platform.
Or all they
right?
retweet or say anything is part of some sweepstakes because they try
Right.
to get picked.
Or they have the same smart ass remark to everything.
Oh yeah,
There was one guy who responded to one of the things you said, right? And I look at his account, that's the same thing he said to everybody.
oh
who
yeah,
spoke
it's
on
the same.
subject.
Yeah, I think
He
I remember
wrote
what you're talking
the
about.
same
Yeah.
thing. And they all do, and they generally all do one of these couple of things, right? It's all predictable bullshit that all these guys do, right? All the time. All the fucking time. And it's just like that's because and it just goes to show they have no life.
Yeah.
All they do is roam around the internet defending a platform or a game system or whatever, because they don't own that. They don't have that. They wish they did, but they don't. They can't afford it. They're probably kids. They're probably kids, and that's why they're broke like that. I remember being a kid and being broke, right? I remember what it was. And that's what it is with these guys, because you see that's the same mentality. That's why I always say it's the mentality of children. That's literally what it seems to be every time with all of this stuff.
Yeah.
Right? So it'll be all these guys trying to act like, oh, because what they're trying to do is act like it's a momentum thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then like a regular like Joe Average who doesn't know what's going on at all will ask, hey, what's going on? And it'll be one of these motherfuckers to answer first and foremost.
Mhm.
And then you get a guy who's completely neutral, didn't know about anything. Now they become one of them too.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's all they know. That's all they were
That's all I know. Yeah.
told from day one. You see it on social media all the time. Right? I'm not going to get into the politics thing, but it happened on the politics side too, on both sides of the spectrum too, by the way, just to make it completely neutral. I've seen on both sides. It's the way it is with social media all the time.
I can't stand that.
And
guy.
it's just like, yeah, it's just like all the stupid mentality behind it's always the same methods. You always see these same losers. They don't even have the system or platform they're talking about. They don't play the game. They don't anything. They don't have none of it. They couldn't. They could never. But they're around talking this shit all the damn time. And that was exactly what was happening with the stuff that you were posting. I looked at these accounts, and you know me, I go around looking for this stuff for people to mute, right? Yeah. I always say all the time, I don't block people, I mute them. Because if you block them, the first thing they're going to do is take a picture of you blocking them.
Repost it, yeah.
And repost it, right.
You can't take it.
Right, with some kind of victory lap as if they won.
Yeah.
Right? So I don't do that. I mute them. They don't even know when I do it, and they'll just keep talking. And you know, the other one last thing that I forgot to mention before is when you see all these comments, you notice they have no likes. Nobody even knows these motherfuckers exist. And if you see likes, it's from other people in the thread doing the same thing as them, and they start liking each other only. Yeah. This is the same old crap all the damn time. Nothing new.
Yep. It sucks. All right. Well, one final thing, and I hate bringing this guy up, but this little thing that was posted about Reforge. I don't know if you guys know much about the guy. He's an annoying little prick, man.
Yes, he is.
So this Astro Cyborg guy, he's always reposting part of his clip and kind of ragging on him.
Mm-hmm.
Always saying, this one says, Reforging game refuses to read any more of this guy's respectful super chats because he has a different opinion than him about the PS5 Pro. Also, because of the amount that was super chatted, he refused to read out loud the super chat. He said, I'll be glad to take your money, but I'm not reading this.
Bro.
Right? I don't know if you've seen this part, but it's like, dude.
Hopefully the dude refunded his deposit or whatever.
It's like, how much of a prick can you be? Like they're sending you money, and you can do at least is read their comment or post it where people can see it. What's up, 100?
Right? What up, Hundo?
You know, my super chats are on a thing, and I rarely get any, and I never say anything about, like, I don't say anything about, hey, I need you to super chat me. I never do that. If somebody does it, dude, I am so grateful that they send something, right?
Yeah.
But my goal is not for them to like, oh, I'm gonna guilt them into sending me some super chat or now they have where you can send a thank you, kind of like a tip to an already existing video
account,
right? And so, but I never say anything during the shows, or I'll never say anything before or after, like, hey man, you guys need to send me something. Never. It's like, I'm not begging. I have a day job.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like 100 does the same thing. Like, he has donations, but he gives it back to the community. All that money, when people do super chats, he uses that money and he gets, Game Pass card or whatever he's doing that he's giving away. And he gives that out and gives that away to a listener.
What's up, Bird Kicker?
He says that all the time. Hey, what's up, Alvin? What's going on, homie? That's one of my homies from the Spaces.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for coming through, bro.
So here's a 50-second clip of what he was saying. It's just like, dude, like, how much more of a dick can you be? And also,
before you do that, though, I just want to say, if you notice, this is a dude that everybody, he's like a dunked on, like target, right? Habitually getting dunked on by everybody. But I noticed it's particularly funny. The dude who dunks on him the most nowadays, right? If it's not for Tanga, right, who first called him out, right? It's Ono was Alex. But Ono was Alex was like the last of the Mohicans. Because he was cool with this guy and liked this guy for a long time, right? And when everybody was dunking on Reforged for being Reforged, right? Alex stood 10 toes down and wouldn't just, he was like, you guys are exaggerating, blah, 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 whatever crap he said, right? And then eventually he had to, give in, right? And now he's making all these YouTube videos and stuff. And now he even has a channel where like he makes clips of his live streams from the weekends on Saturdays that he does.
Yeah.
Right. And he he'll put out clip videos about certain subjects on his thing. So he'll put out videos about if he's dunking on Reforge or if he talked about something that Dark was saying. Because he put up a great video about how PlayStation Pro people are treating them like PC heads where they have FPS counters and stuff now, right? Yeah. Right. So now you see Reforge now. So Alex now you see what I'm saying? It's just like when these guys grifting for money. This was a guy that was Alex's friend, and he co-signed this dude forever and a day when the whole internet was like, dude, this guy is a clown. But you keep repping like this is your homie, man. Like you look bad in association with him, right? Because you keep associating with him and don't want to, lambast the bullshit that he's saying and doing. But now he's crossing into new levels of just like, bro, there's certain unwritten
but who do you blame now? Do you blame the guy who sent money and or now this guy just kind of disrespecting the person who sent the money?
Well, man, it's just like with a simp, man.
Yeah,
eventually,
exactly.
There's got to be accountability to a simp, and you got to blame the simp for being a simp. Yeah. But even before that, because obviously, but even before that, Reforge has been getting dunked on since last year, if not the year before that. But I mean, really getting dunked on last year. So, for the simps, that's already one thing because he was already known to be like that. But for him to continue like this, like he's not self-aware, like he's a laughing stock of the wild shit he says, because he's saying the wild shit because it's getting him clicks and views. Because there's certain unwritten rules with YouTube, right? Like you don't false flag another YouTuber for doing fair use shit, even though we know YouTube and when it comes to fair use doesn't actually follow the rules of fair use. Because here's the secret behind YouTube. If they had to, then they would be legally obligated at all times. Yeah. Right? This is why they don't get involved in the ways you think they should. Because if they did, then they would be legally obligated to all the time for everything, and they don't want to have to do that, so they just don't do anything. Yeah. Right? So when you see somebody will copyright claim you and get all this money for all this time, okay, it used to be the money didn't go to escrow. At least they did that now, right? Or they put in a little escrow pot until later on when it's all resolved and eventually you get your money, right? But it just goes to show, like, there's different things like that. So he's taking advantage of it. So you're about to play this clip here, but it just goes to show, like, at this point, you're getting done. You can't be this unaware without being an absolute moron. So that means he knows what he's doing, and he's doing it and saying it on purpose. So the fact that he's been talking about it,
he's saying he knows what he's doing. These cats want to be the Charleston White of
gaming. Exactly, Birdkick. That's exactly what he's doing. So these folks out here just are saying wild shit, and then and Charleston White is a great example. He'll say some shit that you agree on or don't agree on, and then he'll say the opposite later on. And if you agree with the first thing, you'll wholeheartedly agree, and then when he'll say the opposite, you'll wholeheartedly disagree, or vice versa. Yeah. Right. Yeah. And that's exactly what he does too. Yeah, the Charleston White of gaming. Yeah, you're right about that one, Bird Kicker. That's exactly what's going on with him. But yeah,
let's see what this idiot has to say.
When you listen to this clip, man, like soulless. It doesn't matter what's on the topic was or anything like that. It's just what he was saying was such bullshit, bro. Yeah. It's like, who follows this guy? But somehow this is making him more money.
Thank you for the $5 super chat. I'm not reading your messages anymore. I'll just take your money until you get the clue. I'm not interested in talking to you. People like you are annoying. You're not here to have a good faith conversation. You're just here to be a hater driving some stupid peddled cherry pick stat so that you can claim it's not good or not worth getting. Great. Awesome. You've been convinced to not get it. Go away now, as he says at the ending of the Critical Drinker videos. Go away now. I don't no interest in talking to you. You haven't broken the rules. I'm not going to ban you. I just don't have interest in this conversation with you. I'm so tired of having to converse with people like you about the slightest fact that you think you found to like, oh, the pro's not worth it. It's bad. Cool, man. Don't buy one then. I'm not trying to convince you where you should game. Why are you trying to convince me where I should game?
So, there you have
Yeah.
it.
Oh, Bird Kicker dropped another one though, bro. He's like, NPCs follow this guy, and NPCs are a real thing in this world, bro. They're just like, when we mention, well, usually I use the term Joe Average, right?
Yeah.
But I mean an NPC, but I don't mean an NPC in the malice and the way the term is used nowadays, right?
Yeah.
I'm talking about like a neutral person who doesn't have a skin in the game one way or another, right? Completely neutral. They don't know anything about the subject or the details, whatever, right? They walk into the situation. This is what they see and read, right? And the neutrals will be what's the word? Molded one way or another, right?
Yeah.
But this guy here, the people, I don't know who's still watching his shit.
I don't get it, dude. I just
Or
don't
maybe
get
they're
it.
not, which is why he's doubling and tripling down into the bullshit he's saying and doing now.
And
what
me,
I'm
man,
saying?
I rarely bring up anybody,
Yeah.
It's mainly Jeff, who I can't stand, and then this guy I can't stand. And I'm sure there's
Jeff
more,
Grubb.
but I rarely say anything about those guys, It's just like, because I don't want to get more attention that they already have.
Yeah.
But man, it's just like every once in a while, I was like, dude, I was like, if the guy just give you $5, be grateful he gave you $5. At least read his comment that he's telling you, like idiot.
It's like if you're a PlayStation streamer, right? Or like BG or whatever, right? You're not going to say fuck you to the people who are sending you super chats
Yes.
and stuff. This is why you're on in the first place. This is why you grift in the first place. Those are the guys who pay you money. You can curse at whoever else, but that's your money. No matter if you're grifting or you're telling the truth, it don't matter, right? It's like, I don't know, take Charleston White, right? He's doing a podcast, and let's say he's talking bullshit for everybody to be mad at him, right? Which is what will get the views up, right?
Yeah.
But he'll say whatever, right, to piss you off on purpose, right? But he won't say that to the people who super chatting him. He'll tell them thank you, right?
Yeah.
Even if they say in the super chat, "I hate you because you're full of crap,"
Snap.
he'll still say
Bird Kicker's
thank
a new
you
subscriber.
because they're paying you money.
He sent.
Oh yeah, that's the homie.
He went
right
off
there.
my little bling 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 thing, and it worked. Hey man, you made my day.
Oh, that's the homie, man, from the bag podcast on Twitter.
No
Spaces.
man, yeah, I look forward for that
that's
little
the homie
thing to
right
go
there.
off, man, because it never goes off during the show.
Yeah, that's my homie Bing. That's my homie Bing.
Yeah, man.
So, but yeah, man, I mean, it's the mindset of all this stuff. It's just, it's the same old crap
Yeah, same old
every
shit.
time. It's predictable even.
Anyways, we know we're gonna be eating good this month and next month, because we got Stalker 2 coming out next week.
Mm-hmm.
We got Indiana Jones next month. Oh, dude.
Next month. Yep. Every month.
And
In
man,
February,
it's just too much.
I know
man.
Bing is interested in one game.
But it's
although
over.
Bing
But it's
is,
over for Xbox. It's over for Xbox though.
A Bird Kicker, actually. He has one game. Comes out in February. Because they just announced Steelbox today.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, apparently the disc is not in there or whatever. For
What is it? A code?
yeah, it's a code for what's the name of the game? Not Alan Wake. For hold on, I'm clicking on the link right now. He posted about it. For Avowed, right?
Oh, Avowed. Yep.
You can get the Steelbook right now, but it's a code.
Yeah.
It's right in the picture too.
It's
right in the picture.
I like Steelbook.
And in fact,
Steel case.
I'm
cases.
going to post his post to you for you to see, and you can put it on the screen for everybody else to see. But like, wait, I'm sorry, I was about to post it right back to the DM to him where I found the link here. I was thinking here. Bingo. There you go. I just sent it in. So yeah, man, you can spend $95. You get a steel book, but inside the book isn't even a disc, it's a code. That's worse than when I bought Halo Infinite on disc, and I knew ahead of time the disc was going to be blank, but at least there was a disc on there in the box, right? This doesn't even have a disc, so why is it a steel book? Besides the content, right? I assume it comes with DLC access or whatever,
Well,
right? Like,
I'll
what
tell
do you
you.
spend an
I'll
extra
tell you
for
this.
with a steelbook?
I've
But there's nothing in there.
purchased. I've
don't
gone.
understand
I've
that.
gone to Best Buy. I've gone to Best Buy and I've purchased their steel books. They just have steel books, and they sell them for like $5 to $10. Right? There's no game. There's not. They just sell this. They just sell the case all by itself. No special wrapping other than the plastic wrap around it to protect it,
Right.
and that's it. And I've
And
gone in there.
that's cool if you want to, have it on the shelf or whatever, right? If you're buying it, but like, okay, like Bird Kicker here, he's an advocate of physical media, right? Yeah. And you know me, I don't knock if you are. I just recognize that it's like incredibly a dying thing that's like, like let's say 11% of the market. I'm not trying to knock it. If that's what he wants, that's cool. But this thing here with Avowed, that's like, what? So they're selling you an empty box. At least when I bought Halo Infinite, there was a disc in there. I knew the disc was empty, but it's like the disc was still there. I still can use it as a key, right, to play my digital copy of Halo if my internet's not working.
Like,
right?
Why don't you get a blank disc, print out the cover art for the disc, paste it on there, and then put that disc inside the box?
So, but what the fuck is the steelbook then? It's like, okay, that means there's a regular version, right? That's not steelbook. Now, I presume the steelbook version comes with the DLC and advance.
Wait, is there not a physical version coming out at all?
Well, I sent you the link.
Yeah. I'm showing it right now.
Is it on the screen? Right. Like if you notice, it says
code in box.
Yeah. Steelbook. But if you notice, there's 2 boxes there. I'm not looking on your screen there anymore.
Yeah. I see 2 boxes.
But there's 2 boxes.
But I wonder if that's just the box. Version. I think that's the box that's going to be outside of the steelbook box.
Oh, right. The box inside the box. Yeah. Gotcha. So I presume, right? That's like the deluxe version. You'll get the DLC for $95. Hey, thanks for coming through, homie. He was just on Twitter, or he's about to start in a couple of minutes. So that's probably why he's on. He's about to be on Twitch in a couple of minutes. So you can check him out on Bird Kicker. Same account.
Okay.
Anyway, so what I was saying was like, so, he's paying for the DLC. He's paying for a digital version and getting a box, right? That has nothing in it but the code, right? But like, that's the question I have for those who are into physical media. Why buy this? You're not getting the physical media.
See, this guy says, you don't see it, but this guy comments, he says, I'll just wait for the steelbook to be sold at $10 standalone and for the game to be ported over or PS5, whatever. But that's how much I got my steelbook. I got not a large collection, but a good amount of my steelbook collection is from buying them standalone from Best Buy before they start.
Yeah, that's what you were saying before. Yeah, like $5 or $10, right? You just get the box.
I just get the box.
That's crazy.
I think the play now for these guys is to give them so little that they give up. And I mean, because you've seen it, like the data isn't even on disc anymore, and they're still fighting for physical.
Yeah,
like the best thing you can do is go to PC, wait a couple years for it to go on GOG. That's your last hope.
Yeah.
For actually owning your media.
Well, that's
just not going to happen. Yeah.
Or that or piracy. Even if you buy the game and you want to have like an archive copy, it's piracy is what's going to have your back, right? Like you get the offline crack or whatever for the game that's already on your hard drive. And then like we were talking about with hard drives earlier, right?
Yeah.
You have a backup hard drive with all the files in it and you make sure you take care of it. Because
no doubt.
That's the only way it's going to be available. Like, and it's piracy that's really going to, leverage that because most games aren't on GOG like that, right? It's great that GOG is doing what they're doing. I hope that becomes more common, right? But if and when that does not happen, it's the only options we have now. It's piracy and stuff. Like,
so that's what I said. Wait a couple of years, but like, I'm not advocating for piracy.
Right, I'm not advocating for piracy either.
And we've got it. We've had our discussion several times. I'm not for the publisher, but I also know that you can't tell people what to do with their products. It's like if you go to a store and it says no shirt, no service, you don't get to say, well, I don't want to wear a shirt today.
Yep.
Don't you want my money? They said no.
Nope.
Right. So like you can go give your money to someone who's gonna do what you want, but trying to punk them as a collective into doing what we want them to do with their product, just don't buy it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Or I mean, go pirate, whatever. You know what I mean? Eventually, they'll figure a way about that. Once it's all digital, there won't be no piracy. Then what will you do? You know what I mean?
I
Like
don't
the
know
dude from
about that.
Ubisoft said what he said. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you don't have to know about it, but it will be. Eventually, it will be because that's what they want. Because that's the only way they'll be able to control their media.
Yeah.
That's the only way they'll be able to say that you can't steal it. Well, or no, not digital. You can still digital. I mean,
Yeah.
streaming.
Streaming,
Once
streaming.
it's like, but then there's ways for that too with movies. I don't know how you do it with video games,
Right.
but
See, once we don't have the access to the files, is what you're saying. That's when that's going to happen, I think.
well, yeah, I know what like on movies, it basically records it right from the screen. There's an app my brother-in-law has. It's like $60. It basically just watches the movie and copies it. So with video games, I'm pretty sure they'll find a way, but it'll be very few and far between. It won't be
Yeah.
something that's common, you know. But the physical thing, I'd given up. If it pissed me off that bad, I'll just find a new hobby.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Is that simple? That's why I said, I was eyeing for a long time, a 4 terabyte hard drive for my PC to download all my games and just have them there on the drive, right? Because at that point, possession is 9/10 of the law. As they say, and I'll find some crack or whatever that allows me to play the game offline when I want to, right? If and when one day in the far-flung future when I'm 84 years old, right, and old and crusty and dusty and can't do nothing else but hold a controller, then I won't have to worry. But for now, I'm good. But to hold all the discs and stuff, but to buy discs that are blank, even like bro, that was bad. But I did that for Halo because I want a physical thing to go with all the other copies of Halo that I have with the Halo helmet that came with Halo 3 and all of that.
Yeah.
Like I have that, but I don't do that for every game. I do that for a select few games that I care about, right? I'll have those. That's very rare for me. I haven't done that in a long time, in fact, since, right? But for those of you who are into physical media doesn't even seem to be all that anymore. Look at the Switch even, which is still big about physical media, but half the time you have to download half the game because the cartridge isn't even holding the whole game, even though they have a cartridge capacity, or like earlier on, let's say the cartridge capacity, the max cartridge capacity of the game cartridge was, let's say 16 gigs, right? And let's say, like the new Pokemon comes out. What they used to do early on, I don't know what happened anymore with the Switch, but what they used to do early on was take Pokemon. Let's say it was supposed to be a game that's 16 gigs. What they'll do is, even though they have cartridges that exist like an whole 16 gigs, they'll put on a cartridge that's 8 gigs and then make you download the other half because it's cheaper for them to give you a cartridge that's half the capacity, right? It saves them a little bit of money. They make a little bit more profit. And meanwhile, you download the other half onto your SD card or into your internal system memory.
Yeah.
Like even on Nintendo, where a lot of people like to particularly claim like physical media is still alive there. No, it's not. And then you have services like Limited Run, where years go by and the games are still not released that you paid for years in advance. Like I paid for Radiant Silvergun on the Switch. I still don't have it because the only physical copy I have of that game is my Saturn copy. That's worth like $250, $300 sometimes. I'm not selling that, right?
Yeah.
But I wanted a copy of the Switch game. I paid for it 2 years ago. I still don't have it, right?
Yeah.
And this is limited run games. This is what they do on the Switch, right? This is what they do. They do it for PlayStation as well. And very recently they announced that you're going to do Xbox support, although I haven't really seen much, right? Or if at all. It's just like, yo, what the hell is going on with people? It's like they have no common sense. They don't see the facts of the matter on anything.
Facts.
Like the shit is not there. What the fuck are they doing?
Facts.
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
I don't know either. So
It don't make sense. It really don't.
Sense. So before we go, What are you guys gonna play for the weekend?
This weekend, man, I'm playing Starfield. I hope I can beat the
I need-
DLC at very least, and then I'm gonna go back to I'll go back to Space Marine,
You keep
and then
reminding me
I've
of
been
that
playing
one.
Rogue Flight. I've been playing a couple of indie things here and there. You know me, I like my little indies and stuff. It's not even indies, but like I like a little type of and style of game. I still always love those, even when they used to be like all games were like that. I
Yeah.
still like them even now. Like I never left those types of games, so I still rock with those. But yeah, man, that's what I'm playing is Starfield, and eventually after that it'll be Space Marine 2, because
That's good. That one's fun.
that's some good shit. Good
Yeah,
shit.
it
Yes.
is. Space Marines. You never got that, did you, Real?
I'm not.
Why not?
I told y'all. I mean, it's too many. I mean, I got a lot of games already.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like, remember, it came out when Final Fantasy came out. I said, I already know what I'm
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm.
And you don't
So,
regret that choice. That's for damn sure.
No, it's a
yeah.
good game.
No, I didn't.
It really resonated. So yeah.
And you finished
Yeah,
it already, didn't you?
Man, I finished it in that week, bro.
God.
Yeah. That week he did. Yep.
Like
Yeah,
I tried
anytime
my best.
He was there playing it. He really did.
He
He was
did.
putting in hours. He was
Yeah.
putting in work. He really
Yeah.
was.
I never hear him say he finished a game until this one.
No, bro. I tell you, I finished a lot of games. You just don't pay attention. That's just a game that you remember.
Yeah, I forget. I'm old, dude. I'm old.
You're the oldest. You're the oldest.
I'm about
This year,
I'm about to hit 50, man.
Yeah.
Next
yeah,
year.
I finished a few games, man. But it's hard to finish a lot of these games, bro.
Yes, it is. I beat a couple of
Cygnus.
games this year, man. I beat Hi-Fi Rush. I beat a couple of things this year. I'm kind of surprised of myself even.
Cygnus is on. He
But Cygnus,
says,
what's up?
are you guys excited about Boyfriend Dungeons 2 going to Game Pass? What?
Cygnus,
What is
Cygnus,
it?
bro.
Is it Insight
I
thing?
can only imagine. I have no idea, but I can only imagine that's the
It's-
type of game that
It just sounds
Ono
funny.
with Alex, right? Because on his
I'm actually gonna
Saturday
look it
show,
up.
right, on YouTube, people will send him like a free game on Steam all the time. You know, when you install or you buy a game on Steam, all of a sudden it has that little particular bleeping sound, right? And
It
so
is-
people
it
will
is a
send him
game.
games all the time, and it's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a game, and I'm pretty sure that's one of the types of games that Ono is Alex that's gotten for free from his chat all the time to troll him. They'll send him these weird games like that, right? And I can only imagine that's been happening to what's his name a lot too. To Reforge. I can only imagine if that's been happening to Reforge. That must be hilarious, bro.
Boyfriends.
But yeah, one last thing that I wanted to talk about after you finish whatever subject that you were bringing up.
I'm trying to look for number 2. I don't see anything in number 2. I see number 1 all over the place. Boyfriend Dungeon launch trailer.
Wow.
Let's see. Is it nasty? Can I play it on?
I'm
there?
sure. I don't. You know what, bro? Leave it alone. Leave it
Oh,
alone.
it's a
Leave it alone.
top down. It's a top down game. That's what it is. All right. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So I don't know if you still have that link from the Steam link thing.
Uh-oh. For Steam. Let's see. Oh, that one.
Yeah, Steam Link is. It used to be a piece of hardware that was out around the time when they had like when they had the Steam controller, that first one, and they had the Steam machines. You know, back like 10 years ago, maybe there was
Yep.
this little box you get right for like $20, and it could stream your PC game to your TV.
Okay.
Nowadays, you don't need that. It's just an app, right? Very recently, it came to the Quest, right, for Steam VR, which is really great. I talked about this a couple months ago. Now,
Mhm.
Steam Link has already been on Android for a while now, but this most recent update has it where, to me, right, and as a dude who's really particular about video compression and like latency and quality of stuff, right, it's gotten to a point now, particularly if you just streaming from your like a PC to your living room within your own house on your own local network. It's not on the internet itself, right?
Yeah.
Like some people, you know, are deciding to build, you know, a PC, you know, to replace the console or also with their console, you know, to play games on, and you know they want to have it in the living room, right? Well, the Steam Link app has been here for a while, where you know it's on all the major platforms, right? It's on Android or whatever, so you can get on your TV already. and and basically you could remote control your PC in terms of Steam, right, on your TV.
Yep.
Right, a lot like with this Xbox app that they have now with the xCloud app, right? It's the same thing, but this new version they just updated to it. It adds HDR, which it didn't have before, surround sound, and the compression they're using is called AV1. That's the new compression that they've been using lately. NVIDIA and AMD, both their video cards, can encode it, but last generation, the 3000 series, and whatever the equivalent AMD, I think the 6000 series, had decoding support since then. They can encode now on the current one. The current Intel can do the same thing, whereas it's the newest compression, right? So you can get the most amount of visual and sound data, across your network, right?
Yep.
So it's even more efficient than ever before. The latency is really, really good. So basically, Steam Link is a free app that's on Android. I'm sure it's on Apple, right? Where you could also, if you have Apple TV or if you have an Android TV, it doesn't really matter, right? You could stream your PC stuff to your TV. And this most recent app update is really up to date with all the new, surround sound, HDR, supports over 500 Android devices. You could use your phone if you wanted to. Last week, I finally got that Absolute controller that we were talking about like a month ago, right? I joined the Kickstarter. Finally got mine last week. It works great on my phone, right? And so Steam Link you could use everywhere. So instead of, if you have a PC already or maybe you just need a graphics card update or to be up to date, right? You can just do that and just use this app, right? And if you have a streaming box like an Android TV box or Apple TV, right?
Yeah.
Just use this app in your living room and you can play all your PC stuff in the living room without having to have the PC in the living room, right? And you probably already have an Apple TV or Android TV box, or maybe your TV already uses the Android.
So
TV, right? So
when you play a game, is it executing on your PC and you're streaming the PC?
Right. But because it has the newest compression, HDR support, surround sound support, and everything, it's as up to date and quality wise. What I've noticed from my limited testing, it works very, very, very well. It's hard to notice the difference. And I'm the type of dude who's really AV nerd about this stuff. Like I look for these details, and I'm hard pressed to notice any difference.
But my question is,
so
if I'm remotely playing the game, if I look at my computer, I can see that I'm playing the game.
Right, because it's just streaming out whatever your PC is doing on the screen onto a different screen. So, like if somebody was to go up to your PC and move the mouse around and minimize the window, it's going to affect your game, right?
Okay.
Because it's just remote streaming the video feed across the internet or across your network onto another display. But also on the Quest headsets, they have a VR version. That's the same thing. Now the game doesn't have to be VR. You could play your 2D games on your flat 2D games in your VR headset as well. But it also supports the VR games completely wirelessly. And Steam Link VR is on the Quest platform.
So
Steam
just
Link,
like the Portal.
just like the Portal, but like a free app. And so this is a thing we had well over a decade ago in terms of hardware, but the consoles last generation added this in terms of software. This is another knock against the Portal. I didn't want to make this about the Portal at all, but it just goes to show why the Portal is such a lackluster device, especially for the price. Like, dear God, no, it's just way overpriced for what it is when it's basically software, right? Which goes back to what we were talking about with Xbox in the beginning, right? All these things could be considered an Xbox because all it needs is a simple app at a minimum, to get the cloud access at a minimum, right? And that's what this does for Steam for PC, which they've had for many years. Eventually became an app years ago. But the hardware box still exists, but they still software update it if you have one. They stopped making them a couple years ago. I got one for $20 at the very end there that I own that's still in the box, but I don't need it, right? But I just want to have one to support, the whole thing. But yeah, and so for those of you who are looking to game it on PC or whatever, and maybe you have a PC that's good enough, but you thought that maybe you might want to have to put it in your living room. No, you don't have to do that. Just use this. And it'll work just fine.
Word.
Guaranteed.
Facts.
So yeah, I just wanted to put that out there for those y'all, Now you know.
Now you know.
Yeah,
I still want a Portal though.
You still want a Portal?
But not for
That's
$200.
You want a Portal?
Not for $200.
I always said
Not
that.
for
I've
$200.
always said that. I want a Portal.
Yeah, he's always said that, but not for $200, right?
Not for $200.
That's what he always.
For
If I see it for $100, I would buy it.
Okay. I still
I'm not
think that's
paying
a
no
little
$200.
too
I'm not
much.
paying
Fair enough.
$149. I'm not paying $130. I need to see it as $99.99. That's what I need to see.
But why?
Maybe at the very end.
Just to say I got it.
You mean like all those
But
other
no.
controllers you have?
Just like all the controllers I got that I don't ever use. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
It is what it is, man.
Yes.
I gotta judge you on spending your own money like you ain't got no sense, because I already do that passive aggressively to somebody else here. That when I really don't mean, and I really don't even mean it when I do it, but I do it.
And I don't take offense to
But I
it
don't really care, right? And please don't, because I never really mean it like that. I really don't.
because, but see, I know that most people in this community, like we're
Mhm.
hardcore. Like anybody who talks on a podcast, listens to a podcast about gaming, they're hardcore, bro. My
Man, I ain't
people,
hardcore.
right?
I'm soft.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. We play Call of Duty every night. We've been playing Call of Duty.
Yeah.
They don't
Yeah,
care about half
you're
the
the
stuff that we
podcast.
talk about
No,
in these podcasts and on Twitter. They're not on Twitter. They don't watch YouTube. They watch streamers play
and the Game
games.
Award once a year.
You need to watch my
They
short,
don't-
dude, if
they
you
don't-
want to
they
be a
don't- they don't
pro
even
in-
watch
in
that,
Black
bro.
Ops.
They really don't. They really don't.
Realist.
Yeah,
Hmm?
you gotta watch this Black
You need to
Ops
watch
video, bro.
my how to beat a pro in Black Ops shorts. My YouTube short. That will give you a bunch of pointers on how to be a pro.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. You gotta see it.
Yep.
They'll definitely up your game.
Definitely
but,
up your game.
Tell me about Call of Duty and you
Like
guys'
the real
experience
pro that you should be.
real quick, though.
Yep.
Do you really like it?
What? Black Ops?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, Call of Duty has always been fun. It's just that, like, for me, I don't play service games.
Mm.
You know what I mean? It's like all the games you're talking about, right? I named 3 games so far that I barely put a couple hours in. And then this game, so far, I think I put 60 hours into it.
It's fun. And and you have your group.
And
of
that's just on
people,
multiplayer.
Like the people that I gamed with the other night with all of you. It just makes it more fun too.
Yeah.
They're young too.
Yeah, more people
They're on
always
right
do.
now?
I said they're young. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm pretty sure
young.
they're on.
Oh, they're young. Okay.
Yeah, like 23 and 21.
Yeah. So. All right. Well, let's head on out, man. Because I'm getting a little tired. Now I want to hear something from Realist. Man, they have to tell us you're tired.
But you are tired. That's what it
I ain't
is.
tired.
Tell
And it's
I'm-
time-
I'm off tomorrow, man.
tell who they're tired.
Like
I'm
the other
off,
time
bro.
I said, hey, man, I got to go. I'm tired. Man, you don't need to tell us and sound like you're tired. With your fake ass.
Yeah. Hey, he said, "Yeah, I gotta go to bed. I'm tired." Like, bro, you sound sleepy. Hey, but he was doing good though.
That's how he is, man. You're like, man, you don't tell us you're tired. Just go.
Just mess with him, bro. Because I was off.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
So I knew like I was gonna hang out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And she's out of college.
Uh-huh.
He I guess he's still in college. He's the one who was the ball boy for the Astros when they won it.
Was are they brother and sister or what?
Mm-hmm. Ray and Raina.
Yeah. Rena.
You know why she got so many A's. It's too many Rainas out there. But yeah, so yeah, they're brothers.
Oh, okay.
Because my wife is the baby, so like my kids are teenagers and everybody else is adult.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Young adults, right?
Hmm?
Young adults.
The nieces and nephews, yeah, they're all young adults
Yeah.
or adults. Hell, some of them 25. You know, to me that's
They
full
work.
fledged. They got their own places.
Yeah, that's grown. It's about as grown as it gets, bro. They can pay taxes. They can have children of their own, and nobody can tell them nothing.
They can pay
Like,
taxes.
I mean, they can go to war, right?
Yep.
They're about as legal as it gets. I mean, yeah.
Thanks. All right, man. I'm out here. We'll talk to you guys later. Replay will be there this time, not like last time. Last video got destroyed for whatever reason. And we'll see you later. Peace. Bye.
Peace.